really well. Today I thought I would do another review video, and the bag I'm going to be reviewing is my Chanel Business Affinity. So this is my current favorite handbag, the bag that I have been using the most. So I thought I would share a review with you on this. So this is called the Business Affinity, and it is in the size small, I believe. This bag is actually all the way from the flagship store in Paris. So it's extra special because it's the only bag that I've got that's from France. So let's get into the details of the bag. So the bag has got quilting on the flap here, and also the quilting goes all the way around to the back with one pocket here. I'll tell you right now, I don't actually use this pocket, so it's quite tight, so I guess you could fit your phone in there, but I don't really like to use pockets that are on the back. The bag also features a top handle, which I love. This is in grained leather, and the grained leather carries on the inside. So we've got the grained leather on the inside of the flap and on this part of the bag as well. On the inside, we've got a zipped section here, which opens up with both these zips, and we've just got a little section there, and then we've got the bigger flap inside. I've just got the tissue paper there. So inside is just one big pocket with a zipper there, and it also comes with a handy dandy crossbody strap with the leather piece at the top so that doesn't dig into your shoulder. So the closure is the classic Chanel turnlock closure with the CC there, and we've also got the little Chanel circles there where the strap comes out of. This particular chain strap is actually not adjustable, it's just this length. The length works for me fine, so I don't feel like it needs to be adjusted, and most of the time I do use it as a top handle. The hardware on this particular bag is champagne gold, so it's not super gold and it's actually not super silver. On close inspection, it definitely looks really gold, but from far away, it's a bit hard to tell whether it's gold or silver. And the bag also features 4 little feet studs, which is always a bonus for any bag, and the bottom is also the grained leather, which I didn't mention before. In terms of dimensions, this particular size is 15 centimeters in height, 20 in length from this point to that point, and in width right at the bottom it's 12 centimeters. So it's a pretty decent sized bag. It's not too big, but it's definitely not like a super mini bag, so it's quite a nice size. In terms of pricing, I always like to let you know the prices when I'm doing a review. I'm not 100% sure on this particular bag's price. I do not remember at all. This bag is about 1.5 years old, and I just cannot remember the price at all, but based on research, I couldn't find it on the Chanel website either. This particular bag rotates during seasons, so different colors and styles come out. I think it's between 4,000 to 5,000 Australian dollars, somewhere in that range. I did look at some pre-owned ones. They're kind of in the mid 3,000 range, so I'm guessing for brand new, it's somewhere between 4 to 5 for this particular bag in this size. So let's get into the review part of the bag now. I'm going to start with functionality. So any bag that has a crossbody strap automatically becomes a great bonus because it's really functional. I love crossbody bags because not all the time it's easy to carry a bag in the crook of your arm or as a top handle, so having a crossbody makes life a lot easier. Say I plan to style the bag as a top handle, but as the day goes, I actually need both my hands. I just take out the crossbody strap, put it on, and I'm hands-free. So any bag with a crossbody strap is actually a big plus. This is also a really good strap because although it's got the classic Chanel strap style with the leather entwined, it's also got the leather shoulder strap, which makes it so much more comfortable to wear. We all know a heavy bag can really dig on your shoulder, so having this makes it a lot easier. And what I also like about this particular one is it's not really thin. The straps are quite thin, but they've made this slightly thicker, so it's a little bit more comfortable on your shoulder. I think if it was any thinner, it could be really uncomfortable, but this particular one is really nice and thick. The bag itself is quite heavy, not as heavy as some of my other bags, like let's say a Prada handbag, but because there's quite a bit of hardware and the leather is quite thick on this, it is slightly heavy. So when I do put more things, it can get a little bit heavy on my shoulder, but overall this particular crossbody strap is great, and I really think it's perfect for this bag. Another thing that I like about this bag is that the turn lock is really easy to open and close, so I don't really have any problems fumbling around with the bag when I'm out and trying to get like my wallet or my phone out, so that's a bonus. However, when I do open the bag, I usually need 2 hands, and I think that's with any flat bag. Is if you've got a flat bag, you've got to use one hand to keep it open and the other to look through it. So this is where the crossbody strap comes in pretty handy, because you can just leave it on your shoulder and get what you need out. If it's just something that's sitting on the top, you can obviously just do that, and that's totally fine. And then it's really easy to close. Sometimes though, depending on where you put the zippers, you kind of have to set the zipper back like that, and then you can close it properly. So if I usually do it like that, and then I shut it with the flap. I like the zippers at the top, but obviously if you put the zipper to either side or both sides and leave it open, you won't have that problem. But I like the zipper to be hidden, so I sometimes have to fix that up when I'm shutting it. Another thing I've noticed is that because of the big pocket, it's pretty easy to find everything in there. Obviously it's a small bag, but also I don't really feel the need to have to like place things in a certain way. I don't carry a lot of stuff though. I just have like a few little, maybe like 4 or 5 pieces, and I don't feel like I need to like really set it up in a particular way for it to close. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I can just throw it in there and it sits quite nicely and I can shut the bag fine. So that really hasn't been much of an issue on this bag either. In terms of quality and construction, I think this is really well made. For me personally, I haven't really had quality issues with any Chanel handbags that I own. But this one really, I can't see any wear and tear, especially for how much I use it. And I'm not, like, I am careful with the bag, but not super careful. I also don't really see it losing its shape. It just feels like a bag that's really sturdy and structured, and it's not going to lose its shape. The only wear and tear I can really see on this bag is on some of the feet. It's just like the gold has slightly tarnished. But besides that, everything else looks really good. The zippers are in really good condition. The turn lock is in really good condition. It's not even scratched, really. The interior, oh, I think I didn't mention this, but the interior is grained calfskin, and honestly, I can't see any scratches or anything either. So it's actually doing really well in terms of quality. The only thing that I would say about this, which is really weird, but this bag has feet. For some reason, the bag won't always sit nicely on the table. So I'm going to show you now. I'll show you sideways here. So as you can see, it's kind of leaning, there we go. The bag kind of sits leaning forward for some reason. And sometimes it will sit fine, and then other times it will just sort of rock and then fall over like that. So I think why this happens is obviously because there's a little bit more going on at the front with this pocket and the zipper and the turn lock. So it's quite heavy on that side, whereas on this side there's not a lot of hardware. So it's a lot lighter. So I feel like they should have done something with the structure to make it more evened out, and then the bag would sit a lot nicer. I think besides that, the quality and construction of the bag is really nice. In terms of value and staying power for this bag, I mean, Chanel bags are really pricey and they have really high price points. I think this bag is definitely in line with the Chanel price point, but I do think it is quite expensive. It is really beautiful leather, and it's leather throughout. For me, if a bag is leather throughout, it's already a little bit more expensive. So in terms of that, I think, yes, it's definitely good value for money because there's a lot of leather. But I do love this bag, and you know that I use it a lot. You've probably seen it on my Instagram a ton. So for me personally, I think there's a lot of value in this bag because of just of how much I've used it. I probably brought down the cost per wear quite a bit. But I mean, for me personally, I think that I am getting the value out of this bag. In terms of staying power, I mean, I think it has staying power because it's like a classic Chanel bag. Like, you can see all the classic elements of the bag with the quilted flap, the grain leather, the Chanel twist turn lock, even the strap. It's just a twist on a classic, I guess, with just this little extra pocket. I've actually got a few Chanel bags that are like a twist on a classic because I am a person who loves classic handbags, but I also like to add in a little twist, and this is a good way to do it because it's like not extreme in terms of moving away from a classic, but it's still like a little bit different. I know this bag was quite popular last year. I don't see it as much, or even last year I didn't really see it as much. I saw it a lot on YouTube, but around and about here in Australia. I didn't really see it a lot. So that's why I like this bag even more, because it's a classic but you don't really see it a lot. I love those kind of things that scream classic but they're just not super popular. I think it does have staying power just because of its classic elements. I would suggest though, definitely with this bag, is check out the pre-loved websites. There's actually quite a few. I looked around on some pre-loved websites. I've actually never personally shopped pre-loved online, so I'm just a bit weary about like linking you to pre-loved items just because I don't know myself if it's legit. But definitely like do your research and check out a pre-loved route if you love this bag. I went to Chanel the other day, but I actually didn't see this bag on display, but they might actually have it. I know that it rotates a lot during the season. So definitely if you love this bag, go check out in store, and also definitely check out the pre-loved route. So now I'm going to quickly show you what we can fit in this little bag. So I'm going to show you the things that I usually take in my bag. So the first thing I've got is my Louis Vuitton small ring agenda that, if I show you like this, that's probably better. That just slides in there. I also like to take my sunglasses. So this is just in a little Ray-Ban case. I've got my card holder, which doesn't have any cards in it, but it usually does. Then I've got my keys. This is Louis Vuitton 6-ring key holder, which I just chuck on top. Lastly, in the big pocket, I sometimes carry my portable charger. I mostly carry it now because my phone's always dying. And then in this little pocket, I usually throw in like little bits and bobs like my AirPods, my hand sanitizer. It's like my little toiletry pouch almost. And then I'll throw in a little lipstick. This will zip up really easy like that. And then this will close up nicely, 10 lock, and that's what it looks like on the side. So it's quite full, but it doesn't actually look full at all. So that's all the stuff I fit. If I show you inside, there's actually still a lot of room to work with. If I didn't take my portable charger, there is literally so much room to work with there. I think it's a great bag in terms of size. It's very spacious. There's a lot of room to work with. So that is my Chanel Business Affinity review video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on this bag. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Would you spend the money to buy it brand new? I would love to hear your thoughts. If there's any other bags that you would like me to review, please let me know in the comments below. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.